Hello friends, how are you doing? I have a few questions for you. Have you ever driven a car without a steering wheel? Or have you ever driven a car with your eyes closed? Okay, one more. Have you ever driven a car where all the four wheels go in a different direction? Obviously, these are stupid questions, right? And you must be thinking I'm going bonkers. But this is exactly what is required when it comes to a good, healthy performance management system. You need a steering wheel kind of a system to help manage performance. You definitely need your eyes open to know and take the right decisions. This is called the measurement that you use to manage your performance. And obviously, all the wheels of the car, all the departments of your company need to be aligned to a common goal, vision, objective for you to be able to get to your goal in the easiest and the fastest way. Today, I'm going to be discussing 5 tips to go about making your performance management system superb. Watch this video right till the end. I have a solid giveaway. Welcome back. Without any further delay, let's get going with the 5 points that can make your performance management system super brilliant. Point number 1 is objective mapping. Objective mapping must be done at 2 levels. One at an organization level and second at a department level. Mind you folks, goals are different from objectives. Let me give you an example. If your goal is to become a 100 crore company, then your objective will be to complete market research and sales plan maybe by March 31st or to recruit the guys in sales by April 28th. To make sure that you reach your goal, your objectives must continuously be planned, be executed, results must be monitored, corrections must be made, and this entire cycle needs to be repeated time and again. This is what keeps you and your department heads in sync with what they have to do to achieve the larger goal of the company. Very often people overlook objectives and then keep wondering, why the hell am I not meeting my goals? Point number 2, KPIs. What objectives are for you and your department heads, KPIs are for the last mile employee. It gives them very clear direction on what is expected out of them. For you, these are indicators that tell you if your employees are moving in the right direction for achieving the department objectives. KPIs can be as simple as sales plan adherence and actual sales target achievement. Point number 3, scorecards. Your motivation comes from the fact that your company will achieve the objectives that you have set. But for employees, their motivation comes from meeting their personal objectives, which is earning money. Now, if you want those personal objectives to be met because you want your employees motivated, there needs to be a system to give them more than their salaries. Here, I'm talking about incentives. I call it scorecards. You may want to call it whatever you want, but there has to be a system in which you reward the person for meeting the KPIs and therefore the objectives of your organization. Point number 4, plan of action. When you design scorecards to give incentives, that's just half the battle won. You got to make sure that every single person who's incentivized must meet its incentives. Why? Because if they don't meet their incentives, they are actually not performing, and if they aren't performing, you will not meet your objectives. So it's in your favor that they perform well, they take their incentives home, they remain motivated, you achieve your objectives, and there goes the performance. It's all thumbs up, right? So for them to meet their KPIs, you must have a very clear and more importantly, a very practical plan of action that can help them achieve the KPIs and earn the incentives. And point number 5, appraisal system. Well, traditional appraisal systems go somewhat like this. An employee does a self-evaluation. In most cases, the employee will make a sales pitch to sell how good he is. And then the self-evaluation ratings are shared with the manager. And guess what the manager does? The manager negotiates. Obviously, the negotiation is not, no, you are actually better than what you said. The negotiation on is, you are good, but not as good as what you are saying. Most often than not, this kind of appraisal system leaves the employee betrayed. And then all that we see is WhatsApp jokes floating around and a few resignations after the appraisal is done. I have a different suggestion to appraisal systems. I feel you should have a well-defined, predefined and a well-calculated appraisal system. It should go somewhat like this. You first need to budget for your appraisal from the word go. Don't think of appraisal when the appraisal time arrives. That's too late already. So budget for your appraisals. The second thing that you need to do is you need to have a predefined system which says if you have achieved all the 4 scorecards, assuming the scorecards are quarterly, then you will get an X percentage over your salary as your appraisal. And you should be able to give that if your scorecards are calculated intelligently. Because if the scorecards are working, that means your people are achieving objectives, that means you are reaching your goal, that means you are making money. So it's okay to give them the appraisal, isn't it? If the person meets 3 out of 4 times, then he gets Y percentage incentive. If he meets only twice, then you probably don't give him incentives or appraisals. And if he meets 1, there's no discussion. So have this kind of a predefined appraisal system where discussions are not required. People know in advance how much they are going to get. You can predict attrition and it's again all thumbs up. My dear friends, the topic of appraisal can sound very daunting at first, but it actually is not, with a little bit of help. So here's the help for all of you. If you have any questions with regards to the points that I shared in this video, all you need to do is say hi on the WhatsApp number flashing on your screen right now. When you say hi to this, we will add you into a WhatsApp group. This group is going to be a temporary group where you can ask questions, start discussions. My consultants and me will be happy to take those questions and clarify as much you want to make your performance management system the best that it needs to be. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you've not already done so. Don't forget the bell, because if you click the bell, every time I put a video, you will be notified. There is no cost to it. So go right ahead, hit the red button and the black bell. Obviously, do not forget to share this with your friends and family who are into a small business. Until we meet next time, keep learning and keep propelling.